Peace, love, and light, healing through inspiration. How y'all doing? It's a great, grandiose day. It's beautiful. It's real blissful and abundant. Dog, I can't even, I'm trying to, I was out earlier, in the AM, but I mean, shoot. I don't know, bro. I just be thinking like, I don't know, I be kind of like deep in my thoughts, man. I'm such a thinker, I'm such a thinker. I'm so deep in my thoughts, man. And I'm as I'm walking right now, I'm just realizing stuff, And it's kind of like, I do a lot of detoxing. And I think a lot of times with people, they talk about detoxing. Detoxing this to get rid of their toxins in order to lose weight. But don't nobody talk about the toxins in the mind. Nobody talks about it. Because when they talk about the toxins in the mind, or they even get close to talking with the toxins in the mind, they talk about, oh man, I just smoke weed because I be stressing, man. You got stress. You know how long people been smoking weed? Long people been smoking weed? You know how long people been smoking weed, yo? They've been smoking weed like years. They don't ever stop. And they just talking about, they just be stressing. You've been stressing for decades, Negro? What the frick? You've been stressing for decades? So you've been trying to treat a symptom for years. For literally decades. For decades. And you not... What about actually reversing it? Because that's a disease in itself. What are you doing in order to reverse it? What about that? What are you stressing about, huh? So then you have to make actual changes. Not just smoke, it's drinking too. It's a lot of things. It's a lot of freaking things. Some people just run away from their problems. They run away from the problem, they escape. It's like, once you find out as you grow, no, people don't want to do the self-work. They don't want to work on self. Try to better themselves. And I say that because I grew up with narcissistic parents. Narcissistic parents, man. I mean, golly, dog. You don't know how. I mean, shoot, man. It was such a challenge. It was such a fucking challenge, bro. I kid you not, dog. I swear. Oh my gosh, like two narcissistic parents who don't take responsibility, nigga. Who don't take any accountability whatsoever. And I always knew that my biological father never took accountability, bro. I always freaking knew he never took accountability. I never knew. I always knew. Like, cause it was like, if I can't say always, I say I knew for like a long time though. Cause it was like this. Here's the deal. He'll go something like, okay, I remember saying this to my biological mother one day. I said, oh, by the way, I haven't showed y'all feathers up too. Feathers up, yeah, okay. It's a nighttime video, so whatever, but feathers up, American pride. But I was talking to my biological mother, and I had said, what I said? I said, you know what? I just surprised that he's even staying here, like staying in the house that we was living in. She said, he's only staying in the house because he got some place to stay. For a bitch to say that, you a bum bitch. For a bitch to say that, you a bum bitch. Cause that mother, that dude, that male is not a accountable male. He's not an appropriate father figure. He's not an appropriate father figure. He's not. He's not one that's accountable. He's not one that's gonna set the right path, set the right example. And you know what? And I think a lot of females will say that because I think a lot of times that males just get the flack because they just got to do better. But look, the female's the one choosing them too because they got the choice. Because that's how you see the replication effect start to happen. Because when they don't happen to stay with the male, then it happens to be another man. They create a life with another male, and it's just like, and then it's the same cycle that commits. And actually, that's child abuse. You disagree with me? because you're bringing in these children without appropriate father figures. You just end up with anything there. And CPS is even taking the children from that, and I don't disagree with it. I think CPS needs to get more involved with parenting. I really do, and I'm very glad. I'm very glad because I had abusive parents. I mean, shoot, and CPS. I wish. I just sometimes think like my life would have been different. And two, and it's kind of like too, because I think I remember hearing my biological mother talking about she's talking about I think her brother's kids or something like that, or her sister's kids or something like that. If CPS get them, then whatever, they'll be all messed up. And I'm just like, and she's a social worker. She has a private practice, and she said that. Okay, what about this though? What are you doing? What about this though? What about my biological mother who already messed me up? You know what I'm saying? Like, my parents know they messed us up. They could care less about it. No accountability whatsoever. Always blaming everything on me. I remember I used to get blamed on stuff that I didn't have part of. Like my biological parents, they used to be like arguing. They used to be talking amongst themselves, and they'd blame an argument on me. I had nothing to do with it. I wasn't even there. It was like, you try to put us to. I remember my biological mother used to say, you try to put us to against each other. So, what are you talking about? Against each other? What the frick? How could I do that? I don't even breathe. That's not even plausible. How do you tell that to a young child and that's not even the case? How do you say that to a young child and that's not even the case? Oh, is that cuz? But how do you even say that to a young child? That's not even the case. Completely awful. Just no respect whatsoever. No respect whatsoever. So look, so I'm like, what the heck, man? And just her going along with it, just doing so many things like that. With narcissists, the parents, they just push in order to try to get you so angry. Always, I remember my biological mother was just screaming. She was just steady. She was just screaming. She was screaming, bro. Frick. She used to just scream at me, dog. Hold on. And we're back. Yo, peace, love, and light. Indoors now. By the way, hold on. Feathers up too. Took my feather out. After I just got done washing my hands, coming inside. But I'll leave it there. I don't mind. If it falls, it falls. But yeah. So it's kind of like just with that, how they mess you up with relationships. I mean, shoot. I remember my biological mother. What did she? She had me ask out this girl to go to prom. I didn't really want to ask her out like that. I really didn't. And it's like, but she was like hinting that she wanted me to ask her out. The girl was. So I'm like, frick. I ended up asking her, and then like, basically this girl was like, basically the girl was like a school hoe, straight up. A school freaking hoe. And one of the things is kind of like when I did ask her, I asked her to prom, like I did, it was like, it was like her birthday, so And like, promise, I got her a bear and I got her a balloon, and I found out what class she had or something, and then I went to go find. So then I did find her like that. So I found her. I think I pulled out a class. I had one of my friends. This nigga was cool. This nigga, my nigga. I don't know if I want to say his name. Ah, shoot, the video limit. Hey, maybe that's a good sign of that. But look, hey, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share. You guys want to book a coaching session, you guys can do that with the description, information in the description box. Check out the links below. Y'all have a great one.